Hello and welcome back to the Lit Cave. Today we're going to do a short video, and this is a video to talk about the books that I am most anticipating in the year 2015. So let's just jump right into it. There are 12 books that I'm eagerly anticipating purchasing during the year 2015, and those books are as follows. On January 27th, I'm looking forward to buying Ferris by Melissa Mayer. So that is basically a novella that is supposed to tie together Cress and Winter, Book 3 and Book 4 from the Lunar Chronicles. And I have not even started reading the Lunar Chronicles yet, but I have really high anticipation, really high expectations for the book series because I've heard so many good things about the book series. So I'm just expecting that it's going to be awesome, and I'm planning on buying Ferris on January 27th. February 10th, I have two things that I'm looking forward to buying. One of them is The Shadow Cabinet, which is Book 3 in the Shades of London series by Maureen Johnson, which I've really loved the first two books, The Name of the Star and The Madness Underneath. And they are a book series that follow a young girl from New Orleans who's living in a boarding school in England, and she has an ability to see things that other people don't, and it's serving her to help, protect the world kind of thing. But Maureen Johnson's sense of humor and her fantastic timing in her writing make her an author that I really love reading, especially, there's some books that I like a lot more than others, but this series has been fantastic start to finish so far, so I can't wait to read the third book. I've been waiting eagerly for it for quite some time now. Also on February 10th, there is Superman Earth 1 Volume 3 by J. Michael Straczynski. So I've talked about the Earth 1 series before. It is several just straight-to-graphic novel books that DC Comics puts out, featuring their, some of our favorite superheroes, in a world that is not tied to any of the DC Comics continuity. So the authors and the artists have a lot of freedom to do whatever they want to do. And I've really enjoyed the series so far, especially the Superman Earth 1 series by J. Michael Straczynski. He is fantastic, so I can't wait to jump into Volume 3. March 17th, I'm looking forward to reading Justice League Volume 6, which is entitled Injustice League, and it is written by Jeff Johns. Jeff Johns, from what I understand, is the Chief Creative Officer of DC Comics, and he works a lot with DC Comics and television and movies. So a lot of the shows that we love, like Arrow and The Flash, he has a big hand in. He's also a fantastic writer in comics. One of my favorites, for Marvel, I'd probably say Brian Michael Bendis is at the top, and for DC, I'd probably say Jeff Johns. If they write it, it's probably fantastic. And there's some other authors that kind of travel around, like Brian K. Vaughan and stuff like that are fantastic as well, but those are the main for DC and Marvels that I really stick with. So I'm looking forward to reading Justice League Volume 6. On April 14th, I'm looking forward to reading Lair of Dreams by Libba Bray, which is the sequel to The Diviners. If you've not read The Diviners, I really recommend it. It's pretty dark, pretty intense, probably the darkest thing that I would be comfortable reading. But just a really great kind of detective, paranormal, sort of occult type book that is pretty intense. May 5th, I'm looking forward to reading A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. Sarah J. Maas is the person who wrote the Throne of Glass series, which I love. And this is a brand new series, and it's kind of a retelling of Beauty and the Beast in sort of a updated fairy world. And so I'm really looking forward to reading it. Whereas the Throne of Glass series is labeled as young adult, even though I don't think that it really is, A Court of Thorns and Roses is labeled as adult fiction, and so I'm looking forward to reading it. On May 12th, which happens to be my birthday, Batman Earth 1 Volume 2 is coming out. So happy birthday to me, because I really love those Earth 1 comics, and Batman Earth 1 Volume 1 was fantastic. And that is also written by Jeff Johns, and so I know it's going to be just amazing. And some of the stuff that you see in the TV show Gotham, and some of the stuff you're going to see in the Batman vs. Superman movie, kind of gets some of its feeling from Batman Earth 1. Okay, in September there's two books, and One of these has a set date, but I don't think it's an actual official date. And the other one doesn't have a date. So the one that doesn't have a date is Throne of Glass Volume 4 by Sarah J. Maas. So I am definitely buying that the second it comes out. Throne of Glass is my favorite series right now. I cannot wait. I'm so eager to read book 4. And the other thing is Lady Midnight, which is the first book in the Dark Artifices trilogy, which ties into the Mortal Instruments, and it kind of takes place at the Los Angeles Institute. So it follows some of the characters that we're introduced to, especially in book 7 of in book 6 of the Mortal Instruments series. And so that's written by Cassandra Clare, and I think that's going to be fantastic as well. So then we have on October 6th, we have 2 new books as well. We've got The Sword of Summer, which is the first book of the Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard series, which is Rick Riordan's Norse mythology series. And of course, I'm very much looking forward to reading that because I've loved the Percy Jackson series and I loved the Kane Chronicles. So I'm looking forward to reading that. And then October 6th, we have The Rose Society by Marie Lu, and that is the sequel to The Young Elites. Now, I'm about 100 pages into The Young Elites right now, and I'm really enjoying it. So I'm eager to read the sequel when that comes out in October as well. And the last book that I'm planning on buying right now is November 24th. I'm looking forward to buying Winter by Melissa Mayer, which is the 4th full book in the Lunar Chronicles series. So we kind of start with Melissa Mayer, and we kind of end with Melissa Mayer, but I'm looking forward to both of those. So those are my 12 most anticipated books of 2015. Leave a comment down below and tell me what yours are, or if you're eager to read one of these that I'm eager to read as well. Until the next video, see you same lit time, same lit channel.